Does that work? Hello? I think I've got it fixed. Third time's the charm. Thank you, Olive. Every time I update my computer, all of my audio settings get just completely screwed up, and it just really messes up my settings. Thank you, Olive. I'm glad that you are paying attention. Anyways, we have some IRL things going on this evening. So we had to do an early edition of Terrafirma Tuesday today, and we may have to do it again next week, but we'll make do. But we're just going to be kind of working on cleaning up the valley here today a little bit. I want to clean up these chests and trees, get this place looking a little bit better, and then also I want to get some coal to put into my fuel supply, because when I was looking at my fuel supply earlier, it looks like I was about out of fuel, or actually out of fuel. That's not ideal. Yeah, so I'm out of power essentially for my base right now, and that's not great. So I think what we might first do is actually take our rock crusher that Maya made for us and actually go mine a bunch of coal real quick to be able to refill our LV here. A gift for you by Maya. Thank you so much, Maya. Do I have the right... I have to go find a create. No gamer fuel, no game fuel. You know it. Ran out of the game fuel. Wrench. Then somehow my create wrench got put into my system, but we will make that work. So first things first, let's go get some coal so that we can power up our entire assembly here, and actually take our rock crusher that Maya made for us on a first run here. Be the first time that we've actually had a chance to use this thing. And I also made some sandwiches for Maya, so I'm gonna go drop those off. What? Why are there copper ingots all over this place? You see this? What is that? Oh my god. Is Maya playing a trick on me or something? Hello? That's a lot of copper. Don't need the leaves. Oh. Oh my god. Maya! My friend, what is that? What are those? Anthol coil blocks? What even? What is that used for? Is this like a... Oh, the copper, apparently. Okay, so Maya just apparently gave me a bunch of stuff I didn't even know. Just hit it off of the forest there. Thank you, Maya. I greatly appreciate that. We'll just set those there for right now. But thank you, Maya. That is a lot of copper. I will have to return the favor to him at some point. So let's go refuel Maya with a bunch of Sammys, because, you know, food's important. Make sure I still had fuel in this guy. Whee! But anyways, we're gonna go get some quick coal mining done, and then we're gonna come back and kind of clean up outside the valley a little bit, because we've got trees and chests all over the place, and I need to kind of get that all cleaned up and ready for expansion, I think is the answer there. Wow, my frames are dropping fast around here. I'm sure that's normal with Maya, but it's fine. That down. Just Stuff everywhere. Oh my god, his place is full. Well, tell you what, Maya, I'm going to replace your carrots with Sammy's, and I'm going to put the carrots in there, and then these guys we're also going to put in there, but I will remember to seal it. Very important. Yeah, all right, more food for Maya. That's for all the copper. And I'm sure he needs something else, but we'll at least get started with that. But let's go ahead and make our way to our coal mine and see how much coal is left to be mined there. Maya has been busy over here. My goodness. I need to step up my game because Maya is starting to make us all look bad with how much work he's been doing. I need to really start hitting this again. But hopefully IRL will be a little bit easier now. I can get some more time to play again, which is what I've been hoping to do. I've been just swamped with some IRL things that have taken me away from being able to get on as much as I would like to. But with that said, while we're traveling to the coal, how you doing today, Olive? You in class today? Working? What you up to? What is that? Oh, that's one of those mouse statues. And now we're going into areas that need to be reloaded because of the world update. So of course I only kind of know where I'm going. Or to kind of more northish. Got it. Yeah, I have not been to all these chunks since we updated the world. And so I have to like reload my Distant Horizons packs here, so that's why everything is all foggy at the moment. I have not been out and about since the update, but that's okay. We will make do. Too far. Olive says, doing good. I don't have working classes start in August, so I have time to rest. That is phenomenal. Sounds great. Well, glad you could join us for an early edition of Terrafirma Tuesday, and I think I need to find a new coal mine because I think I've just about tapped this guy out for the coal that is here. So let's see if we can find some surface coals somewhere else to go mine, because if I'm gonna mine, I want to mine a bunch. I know there's a bunch on the side of that mountain, but I don't really want to deal with mountain mining. That's kind of annoying, in my opinion. Let's see what we can find. Actually, I think, yeah, we can use our little ore finder here, make life a little bit easier. There we go. Bunch of coal over here. No. We're just taking the orange baron out to try and find some coal. I will say this does make mining pretty, or finding ores pretty quick. Having this little scanner guy here, that makes life pretty easy. Plus, who doesn't love the orange baron? 63 coal is hardly a large coal supply. I forgot I have to look down for it to look below me. Mildly important. Is okay. Did I bring a bed with me? We got a sleeping bag, that'll work. Copper, what's right? asbestos, bunch of stuff I don't need. That's right, Olive. Adventuring is always fun, and adventuring with style in the Orange Baron is more fun because I can travel large distances quickly. Once again, 84 coal is just part of a diamond mine. That's hardly worth digging all the way down to bedrock for. We're looking for surface coal. Let's see. Time to colonize some land in the name of imperialism. You know it. What we could do at some point is take this thing south to go see how Cable and Ice have been, but I know they have not been on for a little bit. I know Cable's been doing some training for his job, which is taking a lot of time that he would normally be spent playing. Let us see here. Still haven't found that surface coal I'm looking for. But plenty of time. Why don't we just head east? I do kind of want to do like a northern outpost in the like winter biome at some point. I think that would be kind of fun to do. But I just have not made it to that at this point yet. Well, once again, just with diamond, hardly enough. United says, hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to an early Terrafirma Tuesday today. We're just currently looking for a large coal deposit so we can mine it up and refuel our factory. I have used all of the coal I have, and so we are on a resource gathering mission at the moment to get some coal. How hard could that be? And I am far enough away from home that I do not care if the world looks completely destroyed when I'm done digging it up. I just want the coal. A lot of lapis there. That's interesting. But not what I'm looking for. Olive going, hey! Oh, maybe. Bunch of oil sands. That's kind of like coal in that it's not. And yeah, we're just kind of aimlessly wandering around in the Orange Baron, see what we can find. Let's see here. Just getting oh so easily distracted by our failure to find. Magnetite, hematite. On the bright side, we're unlocking a lot of new places for our map, so you know, slowly completing our quest of mapping the world. Did someone say oil? The American spirit intensifies. As I'm flying, next we need an eagle. I hear there's oil there. I did not know that, but now I do. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Tyga says, hey, welcome to the stream. It's an early edition of Terrafirma Tuesday today. Just doing a little resource gathering so I can refuel my plant. 94 coal is hardly worth digging for. I want like a big coal deposit. There's an aqueduct there. That's kind of cool. I'm looking for one of those really big coal deposits because if I'm going to be mining, I want to just do it all at once. I don't want to like go down and get 100 here, 100 there. Like that's a lot of work. If you want to get coal oil, you have to invade with a B2. I mean, this is a war balloon, so are we that far off from the B2 bomber? There is a weapon slot in the front, so I just need another I need a gunner pilot for it to work. Not here. If nothing else, we are expanding our map of the world, so you know, small victories, I suppose. I did not think it would be this hard to find another huge coal deposit, but I'm thinking I might have to go back to that mountain closer to home. I was hoping to get one farther away, but I mean, if that's what we have to work with, that's what we have to work with. I'm not going down for only like 100 pieces. I want like 500 pieces or 1,000. Because you know some of it's going to be poor and it's just not going to be as much, and if it's going to fuel my factory that I've already got set up, I need to figure out what I'm going to fuel my MV factory with, because this is all for my LV factory. I'm going to be starting work on my MV factory here too soon, and I need to know what's the best way to fuel MV. The deposits in the beneath are insane. Well, you'll have to tell me twice. I could be convinced to go down to the beneath for that. I probably need to put on new armor, because wearing like no armor is probably not the right solution. I probably also need to use my little balloon. I think flying this guy around in the beneath is asking for trouble. Just a guess. Nope. Well, I think what we're gonna have to do, I believe this mountain up here has some. So I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and dig out this mountain here since I know it's there. And then we can focus on more than just getting coal today. Joshua, MV, you honestly have two options: diesel or sun gas ladder upgraded to reform to gas. I'm not sure what that is. Now, see that's a coal deposit. 5,000 coal. Now that I can work with. Let's make our way down. Yeah, we'll dig this out. Syngas and reformate gas. Okay, I will have to look into those. This guy, that guy, and that. Go ahead and have a quick Sammy. Fill up our hunger bar. Stupid autocorrect on your phone. All right, let's see how long. Josh says also won't be able to watch long on lunch break. Hey, glad you're able to spend your lunch break here. It is an early edition of Terrafirma Tuesday. This week and next week I will probably be doing these early ones, and I'll be back to my regularly scheduled in like 2 weeks, but IRL gets in the way sometimes of what you want to do, and we just gotta make do with what we got. 6, 7. I think it's this tall, and I fell. Definitely fell. That guy there. Put him there. And then boop, 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 boop. And pick up all our coal. That is a lot of coal. And I really don't need, why is my, there it goes. Helps have the right hotkey set up. So get rid of those. Have the lever. Sorry, setting things up here real quick. Don't need that right now. Don't really need these supports anymore. And we're gonna just do that. Bunch of that. And some of that. And we're hoping to just collect coal. There we go. Also won't be able to watch long on lunch break. Enjoy lunch with Peak. It says, howdy y'all. Tyga says, WTF. What's the WTF for? We're just gathering some coal. And then my light source. Boom. There we go. That'll work. That guy there. And select these guys up. That was the wrong thing to get first because you need this to be engaged to pick it up. How did you do it? So this is a create contraption, like a block crusher. And to be perfectly honest, I don't fully understand it. I believe it's something that Maya showed us how to do. But basically you set up this cart assembler, and then you have a contraption. This one's called Ricky's Crusher that Maya made, and it's basically a giant block that's all glued together and it's fully solid. And when you place it into the cart assembler, it replaces all the blocks that are there. And then when you power it up, you can then pick it back up with your create wrench, and it will replace on the ground all of the items that were there, so they will all kind of just fall down, and you can just quickly mine your resources super fast that way. So yeah, this is kind of a cheaty way to do quick mining, but it's how I'm getting a bunch of coal quickly. And I'm sure there's tutorials or something online you can look up. I think Maya even has one. But yeah, this is super worth it. And then pick those up. And that's just how I'm gonna get a bunch of coal really fast. Yeah, one day we should find a way to disable it. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I believe I actually had brought that up to Pyrighty of that this felt kind of cheaty, and his response was basically because of how contraptions work in the game, disabling it would disable a bunch of other things, and so it's just not worth the hassle. So we get to live with it for now. Can we do it on the server too? Yes, you should be able to do it on the CFT server as well. Let's fill up there. Do some more. Tiger going, hey Joshua. Josh says I did it early on, then switched it out for auto miners. I mean, that is definitely an option as well. I'm just using it because this is what I have, and I'm being a little bit lazy right now. And I don't really feel like setting up a whole nother system at this point in time. But it is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Tiger asks, how was work today? So technically I'm kind of still on the clock right now, but I'm just gonna work a little bit later tonight because I have some other things coming up this evening, and so I'm kind of pushing my hours around a little bit today, which is why we're doing an early Terrafirma Tuesday. 5, 6, 8. Select these guys. Perfect. Put that one there. So satisfying. So much coal. It's Taco Tuesday for my family, Olive says. It sounds like Cody is also on lunch break right now. Having a healthy lunch of hot dogs and chalky milk. That sounds awesome. Where did my lever go? That's bad. I hope it didn't just despawn because of the entities. Because I don't think I can pick this back up without a lever. Huh. Chalky milk is divine. I know this, I'm in the minority of this. I'm not a huge fan of drinking milk. I never really cared for it. And I don't know why. I know it's super healthy and it just never really did it for me. Gosh, I'm in a truck, or in my truck eating a burger, fast and simple. I'll probably have a burger for dinner tonight. Actually, I was talking to the wife. We may actually do chicken cordon bleu tonight. Okay. So, problem. My levers are gone. And I have no way to pick this guy up without another lever. And I'm not sure where the lever went. But, yeah. I guess we're just gonna have to leave this guy here for right now, and we'll call that a successful mining for some coal real quick. We'll have to come back to pick it up. But at least we know where it's at, he said confidently. All right, back home so we can actually do what we were planning to do today, which is clean up the valley a bit. I want to remove all the trees and the chests that are all over the place. Josh is personally not a fan of chocolate milk. Cody says, have it every day. Natural antidepressant, electrolytes, and proteins. I mean, those are all true statements. I know it's very healthy. I'm just not a huge fan. Me, I love sweet tea. That is my beverage of choice for sure. And let's load a bunch of areas over here that we haven't had loaded in yet for a while. So I think the lever will power it up. I think what happens is whenever I place it, it puts so many entities down of all the blocks that it replaces that if I didn't have the lever in my inventory, it actually like deletes the lever because of like entity cramming or something to that effect. So I'm going to have to go get a new lever to go pick that thing back up, but it works and that's what matters. In the meantime, we're going to just drop this guy back at home slowly and then head on down to refuel our power supply. Now, I know I have levers, so I probably should go pick it up now before I forget that it's out there. I'll go power these guys up. Tip for next time, carry spares, multiple spares. That is what I should do. And why I didn't do it is pure stupidity. Gosh, I'm always drinking either Grappico, a local soda brand, or sweet tea, or a strong spirit, usually whiskey. I do like a whiskey, not gonna lie. I personally, When it comes to the alcoholics, I'm a fan of rye whiskeys, but that's just my personal preference. Let's go pick that guy up real quick, and then we can get back to work. Thankfully, the Orange Baron's super fast now, so we can go there and back pretty quickly, as long as we know about where we're going. You might want to invest into ore sacks for all the mining. Not sure what an ore sack is, but I will definitely look into that. Sounds important. And we'll do a quick little flyby of Guru's place, see what he's been up to while we're going by. You know, might as well. I love Guru's building style. It's a very... He has like the same style every time he builds, but he does it so well. So much interior detail. He is like an interior genius, in my opinion. See if I can remember where that mountain was that I literally just left. That looks like it right there. Maybe we'll come back someday and put like a side of the mountain base or something of this area that we have dug out. Will this fit? It will. Yeah. I like that, Cody. Ignorance, not stupidity. That's exactly what we're going with. It's a pouch that holds several stacks of ores. One bag can hold 9 slots, but each slot holds 512 items. So it's basically the entire inventory of ore in one slot. That sounds amazing. Already saying Greg morning. Greg morning to you as well. Hypno says, I've seen Maya use those ore sacks. They look amazing. We'll have to check those things out. Maybe we'll make some today. I think I have stuff that could make it, but I'd have to see what I have and what it would take to make it once we get back to the base. They're easy to make. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Let's go bring this guy down. Start our descent early. Here we go. I like how this has like a little sled for landing gear. I love that thing. All right, that guy down. Boom, 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 and boom. Gather that all up, and we've emptied that guy out as well. Excellent. Throw all the junk into the sorting system. Ore sacks. Leather. Finished leather sack. A sewing needle and reinforced fiber. Not too bad. And a name tag. Let's see. Got some leather. Got some legit. What else? Sewing needles. I don't think I have those yet. Which is just knife and a bone. Do I have bone? I do. Excellent. Paper. Do I have paper? No. Name tag? No. Crap. Those will probably be relevant at some point. I'm gonna put the extra levers in here for when I inevitably realize that I've done that to myself again. Shadow, welcome back, Shadow, with a CFT supporter membership. Thank you so much, Shadow. Josh says, I personally use 20 to store them in my warship when I go around on a mining expedition. And Pyre says, another fun thing about the ore sack is that I can automatically void things for you, like loose rocks. That sounds excellent. We'll definitely have to look into this thing. I think I'm gonna have to get more paper, so I might do that between this and the next time we stream. But excellent to know that. I don't think I had any paper up here, but if I did, nope, I do have paper. I did know where it was. I'm finally free from my big project. Welcome back, Shadow. Glad you could be here. Bring. Well, I gotta empty all this into this sorting system. That's a disaster. Oh, we'll just keep clean up today. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see if we have string. I think that's something I'm missing. String. We have some string. Okay. I need to put a crafting table out here. I am silly that I don't have one out there at this point. So let's get 1, 2, 3 of those. Make couple name tags. I think a couple bone needles, but that's probably more than I need. Right, leather. I think I gotta do the corners. Unfinished leather sack. Just gotta do that a couple times. Wow, we may actually have everything we need for this right away. That's awesome. I'm officially free from working for 2 teams on top of my responsibilities just because they got ill. Shadow, I understand. I truly I truly do. Part of the reason that we're doing an early TFT today is because my job, I have some international meetings that are taking up my evenings, so my hours are all over the map right now, but you do what you got to do. But yeah, when someone else calls in sick, the work still needs done. I totally understand that. All right, how does this thing work? So if I put, hold on, I want to test something real quick. Ore, rich, and raw coal. So if I put those in there, is this something where if I walk over this, it'll pick it up into that ore or into that sack? Or it has to go on my belt? How does this thing work? Where do I'm a little confused on how this guy works. You need to enable it. Okay. Shadow with the $2 super chat. The worst 2 weeks of my life, not gonna lie. Item pickup disabled, item pickup enabled. And so now that it's been enabled, okay. Wow, that's sweet. Okay, all right, yeah, no, those are amazing. We will most definitely be using those a lot in the future. And for good measure, I'm just gonna leave them in my backpack for when I need to go mining. Having some name tags and paper and string, probably useful. Just needs to be in your inventory. Excellent. Thank you so much for those. That was sweet. That is definitely a worthwhile addition here. Shadow, I understand. I'm glad you got through it. I know anyone that's worked any job, when you have to cover for someone that's out, it's like the work still needs done and no one else seems to care, but we appreciate it. Shadow, 5 gift memberships? My goodness, Shadow, my God. You're too kind. Thank you so much. Shadow's just once again going with the, we are going to make this a donor only stream or a member only stream. Where did I put my axe? There it is. You, Joshua, there's the Shadow we know. Must be in your player inventory to work. That's good to know. I'm going to leave them in my backpack just for when I'm not using it, but we'll definitely have it available. Thank you so much. Hypno says, hey Ricky, would you be interested in playing Hightail one of these days? I've got a server. Probably yes. I have not gotten Hightail yet. I just haven't had time for it. In fact, unfortunately, I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but January has personally been a very rough month for the family. There's been just a lot of things going on that I'm not going to talk about here, but it's just been a very, very rough month, and I've just had very little time to game. And I'm hoping to be able to get back into it here, but it's just IRL has not been kind this past January. But that being said, if I do get time again, I would love to join you on your Hightail server. But what we're going to do is we're going to start cleaning up our entire valley area here, because all these chests are in the way of where my MV building is going to go. So I need to move all these trees down, and then also all these chests, put them in the inventory, and be able to move on to the next item. Olive says, sorry IRL, it's been crappy for you. IRL, it's always important to take your time. It just is what it is. Shadow, another 5 super chats. Oh my God, you are just so kind, Shadow. So freaking kind. Now, let me ask people, and if since I'll be doing an early stream again next week, does this time slot work better for people than my evening stream? Because if so, I could probably make this the normal Terrafirma Tuesday time, but it would take a little bit of planning. Just throwing it out there. What works the best for the most people? That's something I think is worth asking. Olive, Shadow is the Rockefeller of the series. That is hilarious. Oh, alrighty, I'm in Europe, so this time definitely works better for me. Yeah, I figured this time would work better from for the European time zones, but I also know there's a lot of Americans like on the West Coast where it's like probably 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning for them or something like that. So there is no perfect time slot, that I know. And what I might try to do is maybe do alternate, like one Tuesday is at this time and then the next week is at the evening time to be able to get both, or look into doing more than one stream a week, but hard to commit at this point in time. See. Joshua says, personally no, because this is when I work, but I can always watch the VOD. That's just it. I know it works for some and doesn't work for others. There is no perfect time slot. And that's why we're trying to help everybody. But that's great. Shadow with the super chat. Well, I got a big fat bonus from the international project for working in 3 projects at the same time. Dude, congratulations. I'm sure you earned it. Enjoy it. Your hard work, I'm sure, is appreciated, and I'm glad that you were well compensated for your hard work. That's the crappy thing, is when people go out and you do these big projects, but you don't get paid anymore for it. And that is a completely different animal. But I'm glad that you did get compensated for it. But thank you so much. Scythe Lab saying, hi, I just got notified that I was randomly gifted a free channel membership. Congratulations. Definitely say a thank you to, I believe it was Shadow, giving out all of the memberships. And also with those membership perks, things that you can do with those, you now have access to all of our emotes on the channel, so you can spam the emotes on the stream. And more importantly, any membership at any level, even gifted memberships, allows you to be whitelisted to the CFT member server so that you can play Terrafirmagreg with other CFT members. And so if you were gifted a membership and you want to play Terrafirmagreg with other CFT members, all you need to do is join the CFT Discord, which should be in the description of the channel. And then there's a channel called Whitelist. Just put in your YouTube name that got the membership, as well as your Minecraft username, and we will whitelist you on the server so that you can play along with other members. So definitely take advantage of those perks, that you can play Terrafirmagreg with other CFT members. Shadow just popping off with these super chats here. My God, you are far too kind. Oh, thank you so much. But yes, I definitely take advantage of those perks for sure. Joshua, looks like Ricky's gonna do an extra stream. It's starting to look like that for sure. What we'll probably do is Thursday evening stream. So since this is a Tuesday morning stream for me, I'd probably do a Thursday evening stream for the bonus stream, just based on what my calendar looks like this weekend. Unfortunately, on Saturday, the wife and I are going to a local rodeo. Actually, it's kind of become a yearly tradition. They come once a year, so that's something that we will be taking advantage of. Shadow just dropping the super chats like crazy. So kind, thank you so much. 4, 5, 6, 7, just count them down. My goodness. I think we have enough ironwood to last me a while, just based on the fact that that's all that's been growing here for forever. I'm not looking forward to cleaning up all the sticks and twigs and stuff. That's a bit of a pain, but I think water bucket might be the way to go. Site says, not gonna lie, I completely lost interest in playing TFG like a month ago because I found out Venus was turned into a horrifying insectoid infested planet that I never want to ever visit because bugs are scary. Well, just think of it as, what is it? Starship Troopers. You know, you're just going to go, kill the bug scum. I have yet to leave Earth because we are just now entering the MV stage, so that's where we are, but we are working our way through it. Shadow, my goodness, you are so kind. unbelievably kind. Thank you so much. And no, Shadow, I have not forgotten about your house at the donor village. That is something that I think maybe our bonus stream will be working on the donor village. That could be a good thing to work on Thursday, is start getting back into building that house. And also, Joshua, your ship that you had requested. Light says, oh no, I mean literally panic attack inducingly scary. Well, that is terrifying. Already says, you're not the first to say that, so I'll probably have to add a config somewhere that disables them or something. That sounds terrifying. I've not experienced it for myself yet, but we will get there eventually. I don't usually like jump scares, but you know, I'm willing to try them. Shadow with the €5 super chat. I got bonus because I even negotiated with a client and basically lived in the office so they couldn't get around me. That's fantastic. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bonus stream confirmed. We will be doing it, and I'm going to say Thursday is most likely the day that we will be doing it. So definitely keep an eye out on the channel for when those pop out, or when the stream is scheduled. It'll probably be Thursday evening, but I gotta just double check the calendar first. No jump scares, just bugs wandering around, mostly beetles. Dude, the beetles in the beneath are brutal. I think they are the #1 cause of death for my NE in the beneath. That being said, I have actually, knock on wood, have not died in like a month, which is shocking to me. If anyone knows me, that is not common. And in fact, if you were to watch any of ZetaCraft season 3, we did a floating islands vanilla world that season, and I had this bright idea that I'm going to live on this one island that was near an ancient city, but unfortunately the island I was living on was a slime chunk. And in floating Shadow, more gift memberships, my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you. Anyways, on that floating world, because a bunch of the main world was just void, whenever you were in a slime chunk, the slimes were all over the place. And in the first month on that server, I think I had over 100 deaths to slimes alone. It was insane. So, things to worry about when you're in a floating islands world. But we're on Terrafirmagreg now, so that's what matters. Joshua says, my lunch is over. See y'all later. Have a nice stream. And thank you so much for being here, Josh. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully it goes by quickly and pretty stress-free. Name a whole province after Shadow. Maybe we'll make the Shadow Isles. You know, that's a thing, right? Let's clean up all of this sticks and twigs and stuff here real quick. It's just a big cleanup stream today. Hope you guys don't mind. All says bye, Josh. Info says you're only staying alive because you're not using an elytra. That's sadly true. I am probably the worst elytra pilot to ever play Minecraft. If not the worst, I am definitely up there. It's embarrassingly bad. Also, fun fact, if you fly an elytra too close to the ground while like a world eater is going off, the explosions will kill you and destroy all of your items. Can confirm. Has happened to me. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I have done that before, and in fact I believe there's a short on the channel of just that happening. And ironically, I was at the time preparing a Halloween build. I had just gotten done collecting so several hundred stripped oak logs, and I still have in my inventory. Was flying through that world eater, blown up all of my stripped oak logs, instantly incinerated, had to go reharvest everything all over again. It was very unfortunate. Let's log that text real quick. All right. So what is everybody up to this Terrafirma Tuesday afternoon? Anyone? Is most people working, or I guess it's probably going to be evening time in Europe at this point. Shadow! That is too many gift memberships. You are gonna break the channel again. So many gift memberships. My guy. Thank you so much, but my goodness. Oh, the pure relaxation, Olive says. That is not a bad way to go right there. That is a fantastic Tuesday if you ask me. Like these guys. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna have to probably fix the notifications again. Every time I update the computer, it just goes wild, but that's okay. See how many of these trees we can cut down with one log. One. Scythe Lab says, Pyradius, not even jump scares. Alex mobs, for example, adds peaceful cockroaches that can dance to La Cucaracha if given a Macarena, and can spawn with sombreros, the only source of them. I believe in season 4 of ZetaCraft we used the Alex mobs as well. That was interesting. I once skybombed an entire desert of a server I played on because it was infested with giant ants and death worms. I don't blame you there. Shadow, I once got sniped by a drown with a trident with flying with an elytra over the ocean. That's wild. I've not heard of that before, but wow. When I was on the ZetaCraft server, I was on an elytra and there was a lag spike that hit the server, and it was just like a very subtle one, but I was just flying over a desert, and when this thing came back, it said you died, and I went to open up my replay mod, and what had happened, this is wild, it kept me flying and it landed me into the side of a cactus, which killed me and destroyed all my items on me from a lag spike. I was like, are you serious right now? My god, there's copper ingots in the barrels too. Maya. What about crabs? Crab people. That's all I think about whenever I hear the word crabs. Little South Park reference. No point getting rid of the lime water because you never know when we might need it. Throw these guys in. That's just bad. It was super unfortunate luck, but you know, it happens. Honestly, I wasn't sure if the filled barrels would go into that, but it looks like it does, so that's cool. All right, let's break up all these chests. Something hurt me there. Lots of cleanup. There's so much stuff in our storage tower here. Walks like crap, talks like people. You get it. That is exactly what I think of whenever I hear. I don't know why. It's just ingrained in my mind, apparently. To pick up the ice, I need tongs. Where are my tongs? Shadow, another 5 memberships. Oh my goodness. I think on that one you maxed them out. I think you have officially once again maxed out the memberships. Thank you so much. Unbelievable. You are far too kind. Just far too kind. Shadow, now we're good. We're back to a members only stream. That's what matters. Making sure it keeps floating. I don't think I'll ever run out of space in this thing, but you never know. This guy's got a bunch. Actually, it doesn't look like anything's going in the side ones. It's all going in the middle ones. Should I be alarmed? It's like, dang, Shadow, are you made of money or something? My unemployed ass wallet would be crying by now. I appreciate it, Shadow, so very much. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. These items in. Just got junk everywhere. The thing is, a lot of this stuff I'm putting in, and I'm gonna have to take it back out to add sort filters back in. But that's what we like to call a future Ricky problem, and we are not kind to future Ricky here. Ever. Boom. Bunch of logs. Put all those in. I'm still getting used to the new texture of the rocks. Like, they're cool, but I've spent so much time playing Terrafirmagreg where the rock textures had never changed. And it's throwing me off a little bit. Shadow says, how is it going with the mic? Well, I've got the cord actually for it. Gonna be placing the order for the mic here probably in the next week or so. A couple things I gotta pay first, being that it's tax season, and of course I have to owe for my taxes. But it is any time now we will be upgrading that mic. That is definitely on the to-do list. I believe I'm going to be getting the Shure M7 Plus mic, and I'm thinking of doing the Go XLR board for the input of the mic. That is my plans. So many logs. Hello with the future Ricky problems emotes. Absolutely. We are never kind to future Ricky. This is not going as fast as I would like, but we're actually kind of pushing the limits of how fast those pipes can output. It says, fun mini fact, I can't afford a microphone, so I use a program called WO Mic and the accompanying app to connect my phone microphone to my PC. It sounds so bad, it's almost funny, but not quite. That is hilarious, and I love the dedication to finding a way. Like, that type of ingenuity, I think, should be celebrated. It doesn't matter how you get started, it's just doing that first step, and that is awesome. So, that's my thoughts on that. I don't think the ones on the side are being filled though. Should I be alarmed? Shadow says it got the Sylvester stream demonetist for all the singing we did, or are you good? I'm not exactly sure what that means, if I'm being honest. That one, that's a reference I don't think I'm quite getting. Like I says, what I mean by not quite is that yes, low mic quality mics can be funny, hence the funny mic moniker, but the true funny mic is the Xbox Live quality mics. I miss the golden age of the Call of Duty lobbies. There was, what was it? Call of Duty World War II, where me and a couple friends that Cable and Ice actually, who are Zetas, we were playing Search and Destroy on that Call of Duty, and we got a lobby where we actually convinced everybody in the lobby to do melee only the entire time for like 3 hours straight. So much so that whenever a new person joined the lobby, the teammates on the opposing team would be like, it's melee only, and if they got out a gun, their own teammates would kill them for not respecting the melee only lobby. It was the most surreal experience that was only available because of how Xbox Live and those lobbies used to be, where you actually kept the same lobby from game to game instead of always starting fresh, so you could actually build online community friendships that way. That was the golden age of Call of Duty, in my opinion. COD lobbies were definitely built different in the past. Hunter says hi Hunter, welcome to the stream, glad you could be here. We are just cleaning up the valley a bit and just throwing everything into our giant sorting tower of doom. Slowly. We are maxing out the speed at which this will work, but that's okay. Any logs? Actually, interesting thought. Okay, so there is some dust coming through from the processing of the actual factory itself as well. So the factory is still working as well. It's not a chest monster though. There's sorting, because I can sort by like types. Now I gotta fix some of them, because like this one, I think it picked up anything that said stone in it, and a stone javelin count, so I have to add some more filters and new filters, but we are starting to get a some level of sorting within the system, so it is somewhat organized, and then I have to go through all this unsorted stuff to add it in. Is this a server, and is it MCP and Java? This is a server. It is a private server for our content creator group. However, if you are a member to the channel, at any membership, even gifted memberships, you are able to actually join the CFT server and play Terrafirmagreg with other members of the channel. So if you want to be able to play the mod pack with other members, we do host a package for that, or a server for that. Do streamers still play COD? Last I remembered, a content creator recorded a COD voice chat. He described the lobbies as, it's not just occasional racism, but full-on fire hose racism. I will be honest, I never felt comfortable enough to stream COD, because you are just opening yourself up for strikes of who knows what, and I'm just that is one of those things. It's just not worth the risk, unfortunately. You know how it goes. They were definitely very creative back in the day. And then the old what was it, Halo, that you can make your, was it Halo or COD or both? You can make your like emblems and like have like the most artistic emblems ever made with like 1,000 different layers of the different shapes and stuff to make like custom things. Be your gamer tag emblem. That was fun times as well. The golden age of console gaming. In the long ago. In the before time. I have a ridiculous amount of logs apparently. Andrew says, I don't have any money for membership, but I would if I could. Well, if you stick around the channel, you've always got a chance of a gift membership as well. It was COD too? Okay. Yeah, that was wild times. What are these doing out here? How is that completed? These are ULV. I've like made these so long ago. Time for a ridiculous amount of charcoal. That would be an option, or lots of building, but probably charcoal. Shadow trying to gift a membership. Hunter, I believe to be able to receive a gift membership, you have to enable some settings for it. But thank you, Shadow, for trying. I appreciate that so much. I just realized how stock keeper storage works. I haven't gotten to play with 6.0 much yet. I hate playing single player survival. Shoots funneling items from multiple packages. Yeah, this thing is pretty sweet, where I can send items in and then add my different component layers in there. Now I need to go through and clean up some of these. But that allows me to be able to have all these items in there, and it just makes my storage much easier to work with. I'm also been moving all of my liquids and gases down into these super tanks down here. That's a million. Yeah, 1,000 kilobuckets. So 1 million kilobuckets of nitrogen gas. That's wild. So we have a lot of nitrogen. Good to know. And methane. And oxygen. And ethylene. Wild. Oh. I'm sorry if this has not been the most exciting stream ever, where we've literally been going around emptying chests and moving items around. But this is entirely necessary to have space for the next build. So, this kind of is what it is in that regards. There says I do now. But it's not working system. Sometimes, and this is something that the missus found out, you enable it, but YouTube won't actually update it until like the next day. So it'll take 24 hours to activate. So if you can come back to another stream, which I believe we're going to be doing another stream Thursday evening, then it'll be actually enabled. I think this is just a YouTube system error being what it is. And unfortunately is beyond my control of things I can help with. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to make that easier, but YouTube be YouTubing. Shadow, greatly appreciate the effort. You'll probably get a couple refunds, but kind of outside my control when it comes to how YouTube works. Did I tell everybody that I actually joined the board for the HOA in the community I live in? Just to try and help my community out. Oof. The stupidity of the complaints that come through for an HOA board is unbelievable. Like, just wild. And I literally told everybody the sole reason I am joining the board is to make sure that I can either maintain or increase the value of my home. That is the only thing I care about. I don't care about the little stupid things like so-and-so's dog was in my lawn. Like, okay, that's up to you and your neighbors. That's not an HOA thing in my opinion. It's more of if the community needs to appropriate our HOA fees to go towards the proper financial use for replacing our roads or things like that. It's more of the oversight for that. That's the only things I actually care about. But my God, I may have made a mistake by joining that, and the stupidity of some of these complaints that come through. It is wild. Just absolutely wild. For example, somebody parked on the street for more than 2 days. And someone was very upset because it was in front of their house, even though, or it was in front of somebody else's house, even though legally street parking is open to anybody, and there is literally nothing we can do about it. But we got letters complaining about it. It's just like, pass. Not gonna do anything about that. Do I have a notebook so I can run around? I mean, once a quarter, I will do that notebook and like go through. And so like, I'm in charge of like, we have retention ponds at the front of the community. So making sure the maintenance for those are kept up, and, you know, the public place like the park is properly cleaned. One of the nice things of our HOA is our lawn care and our snow removal is included, so I don't have to go and actually like shovel my own sidewalk or stuff like that, and you know, I don't have to cut my grass. It's all part of the HOA because you get a group discount by doing it that way. So negotiating those type of contracts, those things, those I totally support, and I am happy to help with, because those are things that make sense to me, because that is value added. But complaining because a neighbor parked in front of your house, nope. Zero patience for that level of stupidity. Shadow, I'm used to the refunds by now. It makes, I should actually share a picture of like the revenue chart, because it's hilarious to watch, because you'll like give these memberships and it'll like spike like revenue up this day, and then the next day negative $20 of revenue, and you're like, what happened? It's just YouTube being YouTube. What can you do? But yeah, that's a little life update. Fun fact that yes, I have joined the HOA board, and debating if I regret that decision right now. Next Tuesday, I actually, at our normal 7 o'clock slot, we have an HOA board meeting, which means I will be doing another early afternoon Terrafirma Tuesday stream. I hope you guys don't mind this time slot next week as well. And it's going to be the actual community meeting where the entire community is invited to voice their complaints, and I get to sit up there and write down all their complaints and try to act like I care about them. And there will be 1 or 2 valid complaints. In fact, I need to reach out to our snow removal company, because where we actually set a record for the most snow in a 24-hour period about a week ago. And needless to say, all the mailboxes are kind of snowed in right now. So I need to get that cleared up a bit so that mail doesn't get disrupted for the community. That's mildly important, and that to me is a reasonable complaint of we want our mail delivered, you know? That makes sense to me. So, things that I have to deal with, but so it goes. Oh, so you focus on infrastructure and maintenance? Absolutely. That is infrastructure maintenance and finance control, making sure that the funds are spent appropriately, because I live in a community where there are actually new houses still being built, and construction of the new houses will be going on for another about 2 years until the entire property of the community is finished up. And so with that, once all the construction is done, one of the things that we are budgeting for is repaving all of the roads once the construction traffic is done, because that construction traffic will tear up our roads, especially the older houses that have been around for 10 years. This is a very large community. And so making sure that we are budgeting for that cost of road repair, which is a non-trivial expense if you're replacing an entire community's roads repavement, but making sure that it actually is within the budget and makes sense to do so. Things like that. So that's a little life update from Ricky here. I don't know if people care about it, but thought it might be interesting to know. Shadow, good that I don't really have neighbors close by. The wife and I were actually discussing in the next couple of years we may be moving to get more land and away from it, because it's kind of ridiculous, but at this point in time this is where we live and I want to make the most of it and make sure that the value of my house is such that when I do go to sell I get the maximum value out of it, playing the long game. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, the Roman Empire would be proud of you. You know, it's the common sense things that I care about. I don't feel like that's that controversial of a thing to say. How are we doing on fuel? Do I need to go mining again, or are we still got fuel going? Doing good. Doing good. Doing good enough. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. I think the elevator ran out of fuel. Oh no. That's bad. Okay. So, gotta fix that. Oop. So, let's... Here? Go replace all of those. Maybe after the cleanup you set up an automatic log farm for all the boilers? Potentially. More likely what I'll do is figure out my fuel source for MV and just focus on that and kind of let LV become the abandoned power supply of the past. But we'll see. Oh, really? I think I need stuff going in this direction right now. I don't think I have this going up anymore. Oh, it does. Crap. So, not that guy. Yeah, that awkward moment when I go to use the elevator and nothing happened. Oofta. I did not have a backup ladder, which that might be something worth. I can't place a ladder on this. Well. Oh. we want to get up there? I think we do the next best thing. We'll take the bridge. So I hated to live with neighbors close by, all the petty fights for stupid things and all the complaining for little things like, oh, you have a barbecue with family and I'm vegan, so don't grill and so on. I will say, for the most part, the community I live in is actually a pretty nice community. People actually seem to care about each other and aren't looking to just kind of screw each other over. So I will give my community credit for that at least. But there is always room for improvement on basic things sometimes. All right, so this guy is empty. So I need not that drum. The drum of hydrogen gas. But I need a crate and my wrench. Yep. What we're going to do is put the that guy there. There's mallet right there. This guy can now theoretically go down. Or do I need to add the conveyor thing to it? Well, it goes that way. So, oh, okay. I need to go get a conveyor module, I believe. I think that's what I need. I don't know if I have one up here. Conveyor. See if it'll highlight it. It's nearby. Out of dice. No, no, no. Empty. Nope. Okay, back to the giant storage tower we just got done filling with all of our junk. At some point I'm going to dig out this ravine and actually make a river connecting my lake to the ocean. That's something I'm planning to do, and then have a couple bridges across, just kind of make the place look pretty. I think that sounds interesting to me, but that'll be a big dig. And because of the curvature, I think we have to do it by hand. I don't think I can cheat the system with like my auto block crusher thing. Ooh. Also says, I live in a small community that connected to town center. It's pretty peaceful and it's better to be than living in the sticks. Lived in rural America for most of the formative years and hated it. So I lived in the city. I've lived in rural America. I kind of live now kind of at the edge of rural and city, and it's kind of like a happy balance between the two, where the nearest Walmart is about a minute away, but the nearest cornfield is also about a minute away. So, you know, for what that's worth. Got that guy going. In some water. Like I said, in some water. And we're operational. Yeah, we fixed it. Now let's go get another load of coal coke, so we don't have to worry about that for a minute. Because goodness knows I have a bunch of coal coke. That'll last a minute. Shadow, I remember a fight because one of the neighbors thought someone's cat urinated on his porch and they made a big deal of it. And the best part is the neighbor said who has a cat and a cat allergy. Wild. It says, Ray. Yeah, I have very little patience for stupidity. Like, if you have a valid complaint, like, so-and-so is parking in front of a fire hydrant. That, to me, valid complaint. That needs to be dealt with. But so-and-so is parking in front of my house. Not a valid complaint. It's a community, park in the next spot. Like, and also, we have 2-car garages and space for 2 cars in your driveway if so needed. So, street parking is for like the larger vehicles and overflow. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to park on the street. I'm just saying you don't necessarily have to unless you're having guests or something. Which is what it should be for, in my opinion, is for like guest parking. All right, let's see what kind of junk we have over here that needs to be thrown in. Throw all that stuff back in. Not my wrench. I want to hold on to that. In fact, let's put those guys away before I accidentally throw them in. Anybody watch any good TV shows recently? Just to change the topics a little bit. The wife and I have been rewatching the series The Rookie, starring Nathan Fillion, which is like a police procedural show. Absolutely love that show. I think it's so funny, but it actually has like good storytelling to it. With the exception being season 5, which was during the writer's strike, I believe. Or it might have been 6. Whichever is their short season with the writer's strike. But, you know, not having writers will affect any TV show. But otherwise, great show. My wife and I were waiting until all of the episodes for Fallout were out, and then we were going to binge watch that series. And I believe the last episode comes out this week, if I'm not mistaken. So it's about time for us to sit down and watch season 2 of that show. But season 1 was fantastic. Love season 1 of Fallout. Iron Lung, is that the Markiplier one? I had heard about it, but I don't think I have not seen it yet. Sounded interesting. So much junk removal. Got so much stuff. But importantly, we are about set up for our next build. Hollywood's pissed because Iron Lung is a hit. Well, maybe they should stop retreading old movies and come up with an original idea. Just a thought. I recently discovered, and I'm not sure who it is on YouTube, whoever it is, huge credit to you for the idea of it, but someone on YouTube has been doing a Minecraft animation and putting Gordon Ramsay from like clips from all of his shows into Minecraft. And it is the most hilarious thing I have seen in a long time, where he's talking to like villagers and stuff. But with the Gordon Ramsay's clips of like, we're gonna go see this local artisan who is creating suspicious stew, but he seems to have messed us up. Oh, what is this? And like rotten food in chests in the basement. It's so funny. And I love the Gordon Ramsay shows, the Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares, Master Chef. I just, for whatever reason, I really love all of his shows. So seeing him in a Minecraft world, animated world, is so funny. I think if you just look up Gordon Ramsay Minecraft, it'll pop up. I don't remember who it was that did that animation, but huge shout out to them. It is hilarious. Definitely worth a watch. Official reviewers trying to bash it while everyone who watches it actually loves it. That's why you gotta go with the audience girl, not or the audience score, not the critic score, because the critics are always, in my opinion, biased over what they want their Hollywood image to be, as opposed to the audience score of this was good or this was bad. Here's why. Olive says there's a YouTuber called Itch who did 1,000 players experiment, and it's so dramatic and filled with suspense that I call it the real Minecraft movie. I've heard about that, Olive. I have not checked that out yet, but that's on my list of I need to go check it out. It sounded very interesting to me. How are we doing on our ore processing while we've been here? I'm trying to keep, it's part of why I've been in this area is keeping this loaded so I can get all of these ores that I did some mining on turned into dust. That guy's empty. That's a good sign. Empty. Empty. Not empty. So it looks like most of the materials are at the purified stage, but making progress. Love to see it. Helps to maintain power supply, and when I ran out of coal, everything stopped working, so mildly important. Look, this should be pulling coal in from somewhere. I need a I wonder, did I accidentally break my coal coke line up top? Is that why? No wonder it broke. Okay, well, that's not annoying at all. That would explain why I ran out of coal coke. Oh, Shadow says, well, I will go off to sleep and need to stand up early. Understand, Shadow. Thank you. Thank you so... Sorry, I hit the mic. Thank you so much for your generous donations today. Greatly appreciate it. We will plan to be live again Thursday. That will probably be Thursday evening, not Thursday afternoon. But I believe we will plan next Tuesday to be streaming at the same time. So if you want to mark your calendars now, I believe that is going to be the plan. And we look forward to seeing you. And I will probably Thursday work on the donor village, I think. But that's open for suggestions on what we want to work on as well, because I need to also maybe work on the MV. I haven't decided which one we're going to do next. Maybe both. We'll see. Hard to say. But yes, get some sleep, well-earned rest, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And we'll probably only be streaming for about another 15-ish minutes here, because I do have some work things I need to get to this afternoon, unfortunately. As much as I would love to keep streaming all afternoon, that would be my dream, but here we are still working around IRL. It is what it is, but so be it. We will get the job done. I sleep this rain away, please? Like, please. Cold oatmeal, is that a wild Ricky in his natural habitat? It is. We are just cleaning up all of our stuff right now. Putting everything into the storage tower to be dealt with later. Basically fill this crate up and then go do something else for a minute while this process is through. It feels weird finally getting rid of these chests that have been chest monstering the area for literally probably a month and a half now. Surrounded by garbage. Yes. Fixing the chest monsters. That is what we are striving to do today. So much. I mean, look how empty the valley looks right now. There's so much room for expansion all of a sudden. It's amazing. I've almost eaten all my Sammys for the 2 hours. I've kind of figured out that about a stack of Sammys will last me about 2 to 3 hours in game. Or 2 to 3 hours IRL, I should say. Alright, we're gonna let that guy catch back up. What else can we work on? Hydrogen. Which one of these is hydrogen? That guy. Let's fly. Beautiful. This guy's full of creosote. Do I have a creosote one? I do not. That is not much creosote. We're just gonna put that in the system. That is not where I wanted to put that at all. Close that guy off. Put it in like there. I have stuff to process in here. Do how am I on fuel? Low, of course. Go up the floor real quick to check how the overflow tank is. Excellent. Just got my overflow super tank there. Fill up all the stuff down here. Oh yeah, we are quickly filling up with creosote now. What are we doing down here? I think if I take this guy down to 70%, that might help a little bit. I think I'm cooking the creosote too quickly. Where? Oh, here's where it goes up. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna turn this guy off for a minute. I don't think he's really helping. I want the creosote going to my EBF. Does that improve any? Is there any creosote coming at all? No. Why? Going up there. I'm gonna have to go into the floor to figure out what's going on here. In the thick of it. Let's see. Could be some creosote at some point, right? Oh, there's one. Am I just impatient? I think I was just being impatient. Yep, pretty sure I was just being impatient. Well, that's all right. I love this crawl feature. This is so nice. Just hotkey crawl. Like, ooh, let me get under this block. That is the best feature of this game. Minecraft, take notes. We need the crawl feature. And put that in. Get some more chests. Ooh. Whole bunch of more junk to be sorted. Throw these guys in. And throw these guys in. Excellent. And with that, being that it's about 3 o'clock now, I think I'm going to have to, unfortunately, call it a stream there. I want to thank everyone for being here for our early edition of Terraforma Tuesday Day. We will be doing this the same time next week, so definitely mark your calendars and look forward to that. 1 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday, and thanks to the generous donations of Shadow to help us reach our goal today, we will be doing a bonus stream. I believe we're going to do it Thursday evening. I just need to double check. Unfortunately, yes, Olive, already, dang, it has been 2 hours, but unfortunately the side effect of the early Terraforma Tuesday stream is I have kind of a hard stop here at 2 or at 3 o'clock. So I wish I could stream longer. IRL still needs to pay the bills. It is what it is. I wish I could, but it's where we are. But we will definitely be back Thursday for some more streaming where we will either be working on MV building or donor village. You'll want to definitely check that out. Probably be about 7 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, and then 1 p.m. Tuesday for Terraforma Tuesday again. If you were gifted a membership at any point throughout the stream, definitely take advantage of those membership perks. Enjoy those emotes. Join the CFT Discord, where you can then be whitelisted onto the CFT server and be able to play Terrafirmagreg with other members. So definitely take advantage of those perks if you were gifted them, and I am looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. Until then, thank you guys so much for a fantastic stream, and look forward to seeing you guys later this week. Have a good one, everybody.